Uh, what's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of the Dolphins Deep Dive. Well, we're going to go over the Miami Dolphins losing early this morning in Germany to the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, in a game that was, to me, very, very disturbing and very, very telling as to where the Dolphins are, and I will go over that more. This will not be a long show today, just because it's just not going to be a long show today. So I do just want to get into this game. So real quick, Miami finds themselves in a conundrum now, because what happens is you come into this game 6-2, and you're hearing all the naysayers. You can't beat a team with a winning record. My cousin Zay makes it his point every day to text me a number, and I just figured out what the number was that he was texting me today. He texted me like 407, and that number is how many days the Dolphins have gone without beating a team with a winning record. So we have that issue. So uh, here's the deal. I said that the Dolphins were going to win 12 games, and I'm sticking by that. But what's more alarming to me is that the Dolphins are falling in this thing where I think they're starting to believe their own hype. And I am not jumping off. I'm not jumping ship at all. I can't wait until you guys see the 406. See, Zay puts it in the thing 406. And let me drop this link real quick, because I know, see, the difference about me: when my team loses, I'm still here every day. I don't come on here. I don't hide. I don't go into seclusion and hide. I'm here. So the thing that bothers me though is Miami was 3-0. Then they played Buffalo. They got beat by 20, by like 4 touchdowns. Yeah, because it was 48-20. So they got beat by 4 touchdowns. They play Philly after going, after being hot, and everybody's talking about the best offense in the NFL, blah, 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 blah. And they get beat by 2 touchdowns. They beat New England. They come back, Germany. I mean, main event game, AFC title game preview, probably. Who knows? You're the only game in town. All eyes are on you, and you go down by 21 points in the first half. Now, we've seen the Dolphins go down by 2 touchdowns before. They were down by 17 to Philly, and they came back and made it a game before they let it get out of hand. So that didn't bother me too much. But the fact is that I think they're going to start getting in their heads that, man, maybe we can't beat a good team. Now, I looked at the schedule, and hey, it is what it is. You play who's on your schedule. Especially if you look at the NFL today, teams that were supposed to beat teams with backup quarterbacks and third string quarterbacks and quarterbacks that they just got from the local butcher shop, they lost. So I don't want anybody to, I don't want to hear the bull crap about, oh, who we're playing, this and that. Everybody is losing to teams that you're supposed to, for all intents and purposes, beat. My problem with the Dolphins is that they become so much of a finesse team that when they get in these type of games, these dogfight games, that where they can't do a finesse thing, they completely abandon everything. The running game was non-existent again. I mean, because God forbid McDaniel sees that running to the right doesn't work and he switches it up, before it's too late. He finally, in the last drive, runs to the left, and they get gigantic runs. I think they said Raheem Mostert got them like 50 yards on 2 plays, just running the ball, because they ran to the opposite side. And that happened in the Eagles game. They kept running against that beast, and then they decided, let me run away from them, and then they started seeing success. So I'm starting to think that this team is becoming too much of a um this team is too much of a finesse team where it's just everything has to be about style points. This isn't college. Nobody cares about your style points. You just got to get it done. Teron Armstead was back today. X-Man was back. Javon Holland was back, and I do want to give credit to the defense because the defense that opening drive, they gave up that long opening drive touchdown. Hey, you're playing the defending champions regardless of what anybody thinks, so you got that touchdown. But then for the most part, the defense held their own. The defense basically, I mean, once KC went up 21 points, the defense pitched a shutout. I thought the defense looked really good today. There were a couple of times where they let Mahomes escape, but that's Mahomes. He's been doing it forever, and he makes everybody look bad. There's a couple of times they had him for clear sacks, and he was able to get out of there to keep the drive alive and things like that. So I don't put this loss on the defense at all because not for nothing. At the end of the game, the defense did exactly what they were supposed to do. They got the ball. They got the offense back the ball with over 2 minutes left on the clock. I mean, with a chance to go in and score and get this thing to overtime. And it was the offense, the bread and butter of the team that crapped the bed. It was Tua, and I'm going to put this on Tua specifically. Y'all see, I got number one's jersey on. Number one is he's number one in my heart when it comes to football, but I'm not above calling him out. See, that's the thing about me. Everybody says I'm ultimate homer, ultimate fan guy. That's fine. I am. I'm fanatic. I'm crazy fan. Fan short for fanatic. But I will call the team out. There was a clear touchdown with Jalen Waddle across the middle. Tua completely missed him. Took the check down. Going into that final drive, Cedric Wilson wide open, got at least a 5-yard jump on the DB. Tua, I don't know who or what the hell he was doing with that pass. It's like he threw that ball straight up in the air and it just came down like a duck. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what was happening. And then the last play of the game, all eyes on you. Here's your chance to silence the critics, get get the first down so your team could live to fight another possession. Center snaps the ball, Tua misses it. He has to fall on it. Game over. So I put this loss squarely on the hands of the offense, namely Tua. Tua did not have a good game at all. He didn't throw any interceptions, but he does that one thing that he does every week. Every week, I always say it. Anybody listen to me for any length of time, you know that I'm going to tell you Tua is good for one BS pass a game. And I think him missing Cedric Wilson by a mile for a clear walk in. Had Cedric caught that, he would have walked in for a touchdown. So yeah, you got to get better with that. I mean, the O-line is facing a lot of injuries, but Teron Armstead was back. Didn't seem that way though, because Tua was running for his life a lot in this game. But that's just Van Cat, you don't watch football, so what you're saying doesn't mean anything to me right now. I love you though, but yeah, this what you're saying doesn't mean anything. Um, he he doesn't. So now he came up here and threw me off. Oh boy, Tua, the offense was putrid today. I mean, Tyreek Hill is 1A, 1B on the team for MVP of the league on the team, and you got to call him to the table. Him fumbling that ball and KC taking it in for a 59-yard touchdown. That's yeah. See, now the floodgates are open, and now everybody's gonna tell me we can't beat a team over 500. You know what? Miami has 17 games on the schedule. All we got to do is win enough to get into the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. So Tua, see, they keep throwing me off, man. This is what they do. They're like these trolls that come and bother me. They just do stuff to try to throw me off. Um, the offense was putrid today. Like it just it it wasn't in sync. Tyreek Hill, I see Bones in the background. Hold up, Bones. Tyreek Hill with the fumble that, so now the score is 14-0. Miami's doing what they normally do, what they've been doing all year. They've been doing this all year. If they fall down, they score before half, they get the ball back, and then they turn the game around. They're driving for the obvious touchdown. Another terrible call by McDaniel. You throw a backwards pass to Tyreek Hill. I don't know what the hell they were expecting to get out of that. But he puts the ball on the ground. Casey takes it back for a 59-yard fumble recovery. It's now it's now 21-0. Where we're from, 21-0 is a skunk. So
Yeah.
they now have Miami beaten 21-0. Um, but again, it's the Dolphins, man. With the offense is so prolific that you're like, even being down that much, they still have a chance. But my thing was against this team. You're talking about the defending Super Bowl champions. You're not talking about the Carolina Panthers. They were down 14 by the Carolina Panthers and ended up beating them by like 3 or 4 touchdowns. We're not talking about a team like that. We're talking about the Super Bowl champions. So you can't let that team jump out on you like that. But the defense did pitch a shutout in the second half, and Miami got the ball back. Perfect scenario. Every quarterback, and I'm going to say this before I let Bones go, every quarterback in the NFL dreams of leading that fourth quarter comeback where, because you're going to be revered as the hero. Tua had 2 timeouts. They were driving like nobody's business, all the momentum. Raheem Mostert just ripped 2 big runs, which, I mean, way to show up at the end of the game. Had we been able to do that earlier in the game, we would have been able to control more of the clock. Raheem Mostert rips off 2 runs. Tua is doing what Tua does, and then Tua does what Tua does. He misses the snap. He has to fall on it. Game over. All KC has to do now is kneel on the ball. And now we got to live with this again for another week, another 2 weeks now, because this is our bye week that Miami can't beat a team with a winning record. Yeah, Jackie, I'm not there is zero excuse at all. I'm not making an excuse at all. When Bones is gonna come on too, and I hope he doesn't make any excuse for what happened to his team earlier. But
No,
there
I mean,
there's zero excuse. I'm not making any excuse, but I'm a fan that's telling you exactly what's happening. I'm not like these guys that's gonna make excuses or do this thing. I was on the Miami Dolphins chat earlier, and they're saying, "Oh, get rid of Tua and fire McDaniel." Are you crazy? But then they'll tell me that I'm the crazy fan because I'm talking Super Bowl, but on the complete opposite, you got people calling for the coach that literally saved this guy's career to be fired. Like, that's crazy. What you got, Bones?
I don't really got too much on the Dolphins. I mean, you already taken enough heat as it is, but I just want to talk about my Buccaneers. That was a heartbreak of a loss that we suffered today. We already lost 3 straight, and we needed this win coming in, so now it's 4 straight that we lost. Baker actually drove us down the field, but before that, he completed a pass to one of our receivers, and he fumbled the ball. And Mike Evans picked up the ball and saved the day for us. And he threw what I thought was a game-winning touchdown. But with like 42 seconds left, I think the bigger story here is C.J. Stroud. Like you said earlier, is definitely rookie of the year. This is my
Oh
first
yeah.
full game watching him play, and he is the truth. He accurate with the ball. He got composure. He got an arm. With 42 seconds left, he drove his team down and scored against us. and got me over here feeling sad or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's football. Like that's the thing about football, man. You be so. What I did want to ask y'all. So earlier, everybody's ripping me for being everybody thinks I'm a cocky Dolphin fan, but again, I think if they would stop to listen to what I'm saying, the reason I feel this way this year is because there's no team that has completely shown me that okay, Kansas City a few years ago, you spot them 21 points, 9 out of 10 they're going to beat you by like 5 touchdowns. Correct?
Yeah,
Miami shut them out in the second half, and Miami beat themselves, shot themselves in the foot again. Third and 10. Tua completes a 22-yard strike down the field to Jalen Waddle. Oh no, it's coming back, holding. It's like every time they are an undisciplined football team. But what I'm saying is there's no team. We thought the 49ers were unbeatable. 49ers dropped three
yeah,
straight. You're just telling me the
yep,
Buccaneers dropped four straight. I didn't know they lost four straight.
yep. We started out 3-0 and lost four straight.
It's like what I'm saying is there's no team in the NFL this year that I look at and I'm like, dang, boy, they are completely unbeatable. That's why I feel the way I do about the Dolphins this year. It ain't me being crazy Dolphin fan. Man, I had to listen, I have never seen the Dolphins good. I'm a 43-year-old man. I have never seen them Super Bowl good. The last time they were in the Super Bowl, I was 4 years old. This is the first time that, and the way this defense is starting to come through. Towards the end, now they were getting zero pass rush, but the way this defense is starting to come through, I think that this defense can last for these last what are we week 9, these last 7 or 8 games, and really make a statement. And the offense just needs to not the offense needs a gritty game. Like they need an ugly game. And probably gonna get it with the Jets, where to be
Yeah.
one of them
Hey,
low
speak.
scoring 10-3 games where you gotta grind it out. They need to just get a because they're too much finesse. Like they legit just rely on finesse too much, too much, and is sickening. Like I know Zay always says, "Oh, he loves he loved the first half of the game because he was like it was a defensive struggle." I hated that.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I'm
because
watching that.
but he a Steelers fan, so he all defense. You know, we not. I'm not conditioned like that. So
Vancash said my mic is muffled. What's going on with my mic? Yeah, I've been having a lot of mic issues lately. Um, I better not, man. This stuff costs me a lot of money. Um, can you hear me, Bones?
yeah, I can hear you. You did sound a little muffled a little bit, but I thought it was just my connection.
So
You sound real good right now, though.
James Davis says the Chiefs did exactly what they said they were going to do, beat up the receivers and get them into third and long. Absolutely. They were jamming Tyreek at the line, which is funny because I wonder why nobody else has been doing that. But he still was
Yeah,
getting free. Like he legit still was getting free. And he had a couple of drops. He's been having some drops lately too, because Tua threw him a nice deep strike that Tyreek would have pulled that in any other day. But he,
I think he wanted. I think he wanted too much revenge, and he was too hyped up in his head. I think that's what it was. He wanted too much get back. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think this team, man, that's why I be saying, man, this team has the potential to just be so good. They're the best Dolphin team I've seen in forever. Jackie McCall says CJ Stroud stood up like a champion, a young man that loves the Lord Jesus Christ. Hacks off to Jackie. Everybody in the NFL says that. So then we get into the whole favoritism thing there. Does God prefer one player over the other? That'll be something we could get into at another time. Because every time I see a player play, they always doing something like that, or I want to give this to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's always something. So I think when it comes to football, I don't think there's the Lord stays out of that. Um, that's just what I think though. But it's today was supposed to be a clash. You had Baltimore versus the Seahawks. Whenever my team loses, I don't really care to watch anything else. So I said, let me tune into it. After me and my daughter played, about an hour of Shredder's Revenge, I come back, the game isn't even on anymore. So I'm like, dang, was that much of a blowout?
Yep.
Nobody knows who's any good, man. Tampa Bay should have mopped the Texans. I mean,
Yep.
nobody knows who's any good. Look at that. Minnesota beat Atlanta.
You got a
Minnesota,
yeah, brand new quarterback.
Minnesota has no reason beating anybody, but Atlanta is I'm telling you, I will never bet with Atlanta ever. Every time I bet with Atlanta, I'm
They
always
do the opposite.
let down. James says this just has been a weird football season, including college football, like it's wide open. It's absolutely. I'm a Seminole fan, and Florida State played terrible for the first half against Pitt. And then they woke up. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's football. So every time everybody tells me, oh, y'all haven't beat a team with a winning record. So we put 70 on Denver. Denver turns around and blew out Kansas City, and then Kansas City put 21 on us in the first half. It's football. It's how it happens. It's
Hey,
how
at
it,
least
it
y'all. Hey,
happens.
at least y'all got a winning record. We at 3-5 right now. So, you know what I'm saying?
And we're still 6-3, which I think that's what they don't want to realize. We're 6-3. We got the Raiders up next at home, and we got the Jets on Thursday night football, which that's always a game. Oh God, I hate those Thursday night football games as it is. But to play a team like the Jets on Thursday night is that's a trap game if I ever seen one. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not looking forward to that one. But when the season started, I always break down the bye. I know your brother breaks it down in 4 quarters, which is probably better. I'm gonna start doing it that way. But I break it down in 2 halves, according to your bye. And I said that Miami would be 7-2 in the bye. That's what I told y'all. But in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, they'll be 6-3. They came out of they went going into their bye 6-3, just like I said they would. Do I wish they would have beat Buffalo? Yes. But unfortunately they didn't. I mean, it is the way it is. But if you mean to tell me just because Miami hadn't beaten a team with a winning record that they still can't make it in the playoffs, when they get into the playoffs, it's a whole nother story. And Zay loves to talk crap, but he knows in the back of his mind, he is hoping that his Steelers don't have to play Miami in the playoffs. He is hoping that. He is hoping that,
Oh
but
man,
he
that'll be
knows.
so good.
And he told me he won't come over here and watch the game. You won't come over here to watch the game because you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. But let's get in because I said I wouldn't be on here long because there's a couple more games going on, but I do want to get into the scores and a couple of let me get into the stats first. Tua 21 to 34, 193 yards, 1 touchdown. Like I said, he played a piss poor game. It probably was his worst game of the season. Patrick Mahomes wasn't any better. 20 or 30, 185, 2 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert, 12 carries, 85 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 8 receptions, 62 yards. So total yards, the Dolphins who averaged 400 yards a game had 292 total. KC had 267 total. Miami had 175 passing. KC had 175, 117 rushing for Miami, 93 for KC, 5 yards per play for Miami, 4.8 for KC. So Miami led them in every statistical category except for the one that mattered in the W column. So I mean, so at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So let's look at these scores from around the league, and then we're gonna wrap them up. Thursday night, we know that the Steelers, and my goodness, that was like watching paint dry. That Steelers and Titans game. I mean, my goodness, if you want to see something boring, just turn on any Steelers game. You had the good guy Miami Dolphins fall into the Chiefs today, but there's a possibility we'll see them again. The Vikings with a 31-28 win over the Falcons. The Falcons, I will never pick y'all again in the pool ever. The Saints over the Bears, but that came down. That was a nail biter on
Yeah.
24-17. The Packers over the Rams 20-3. I didn't see. I picked the Packers because I didn't know Matthew Stafford was hurt. Man, I need to
Hmm.
start looking at these injury reports.
Injury reports. Yeah. You got to.
The Commanders beat the Patriots, so the Patriots are just going in a
Trash.
tailspin. But again, the Patriots would beat the Bills. It's crazy. Nobody knows what's going on. The Ravens destroyed the Seahawks 37-3. The Texans over the Buccaneers 39-37 was probably the game of the day so far. The Browns total destruction of the Cardinals 27-0. Who's the Browns quarterback right now? Is Watson back yet?
Yeah, he played today.
Oh, so Watson played today. Right now in the late games, you have the Colts up 3-0 over the Panthers, the Raiders 7-0 over the Giants, and the Cowboys and Eagles are tied at 7 apiece in the first quarter. And tonight you have the Bills versus the Bengals, and tomorrow night you have the Chargers Jets. So that's what we have. So Venkat is a troll, man. I'm telling you, it's Miami winning the Super Bowl. Miami has the opportunity to win the Super Bowl because no other team is that much better than them. It's a matter of when you get hot, what's your health, and if Tua could stay upright, and they've been keeping him upright. He got hit. I like the fact that he's getting hit because it shows that at least he can take a hit and bounce back up. But
Yep.
um, what just said a guy on a motorcycle just drove by me with a Kansas City flag. I almost said something bad about that guy. Jackie McCall says, I'm a Raider fan, been ever since the old days. Daryl LaMonica, George Blanda, Lester Hayes, Jack Tatum. Jack Tatum, the most violent safety in NFL history. Um, I want them to blow Miami. Hey, Jackie, you always trolling me. You always want somebody to beat Miami. I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all know I simulate these games before every game. Last night was the first game that I lost. I played it so late though, nobody really saw it. I lost again, and I didn't take it down. It's up. I lost 3-0 to Kansas City last night. So I was like, oh man, that ain't a good sign, but it is what it is. That's why we do this thing. So you got any last words on this week so far?
Yeah. Todd Bowles, my head coach, who was also our defensive coordinator. You need to do better with our defense, man. Like, there's no way that a rookie quarterback should drive down the field 80 yards in 42 seconds and get a touchdown. Jared Goff, he was killing us. Our defense just needs to tighten up, and our secondary just be getting shredded. So I'm calling my head coach out.
Listen, since we calling somebody out, I will call my quarterback out. Just Tua. You got the first NFL game in Germany. You got all eyes on you. Everybody says that you're just a system quarterback. Here's your opportunity to show them that you're better than that, to show them that you are what I believe you are, and you mishandled the snap. 4th and 10 with the opportunity to go in for this game tying touchdown. You mishandled the snap. You've been called out, and Mike McDaniel, you've been called out also. How about it's 4 down territory, mix in some runs on early downs so you could shorten up the field some and make those defensive backs back up a little bit. Everybody's crashing the line. How about you do that? But nevertheless, though, we're still 6-3. We're going into a bye. We got H-Chain coming back. H-Chain will probably be back in a week or so that running game could get back on track because Ahmed ain't doing it. They don't give Jeff Wilson enough touches. And when Moser is getting stuck in behind the line, they completely abandon the run. Do better, Miami. Do better. The defense is getting really good. The defense is starting to bite like we thought they would. I did Travis Kelce play today?
Yeah.
He did.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, my goodness, I didn't hear his name called. Let me see what his stats were because
I think he
I
only had
didn't.
what, maybe 2 catches, if even that. But yeah, y'all did a good job shutting him down.
Let me let me let me
Because I
see.
do a lot of the fantasy football, so I be looking at the numbers, and he ain't really do nothing.
Travis Kelsey, 3 catches, 14 yards. If
Yeah,
if the if the Dolphins defense can hold the best tight end in the NFL to 3 catches, 14 yards, then they're getting pretty good. I'm gonna take my chances with Xavier Howard and Ramsey in the back, and we let the chips fall where it may. Bradley Chubb and Phillips on the edges, they are starting to get more pressure. David Long Jr. What's my name? I'm about to say Kyle Van Noy, not Kyle Van Noy. Oh my goodness, I
Philip.
keep forgetting the white guy, man. Oh my goodness, what's our not Sealer? Oh my goodness, it's bothering me that I can't remember his name. But anyway, I think he got a sack today. But yeah, he's good, man. We can get a lot of pressures. Just got to get it together, man. We got the Raiders coming up next. That's not a team to scare anybody. We got the Raiders and we got the Jets. The Jets have a very scary defense, but their offense is putrid. So we should be able to grind that one out. And then we got Baltimore after that, because now everybody's going to tell me Baltimore is now the new darling of the NFL. Now I hear everybody saying Baltimore is the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Whatever. We'll see when we play them. That's the same team that we were down 4 touchdowns in the fourth last year and came back and won. I mean, we'll see. It is
Yeah,
what it
that was a
is.
great game.
It's the NFL. Is how it happens. So that's it though. I told y'all this one gonna be real short. So hopefully everybody enjoys their football Sunday. Before I do go, I did say that the Cowboys score was 7-7. And speaking of the Cowboys, I did get a message earlier. I won't go into detail because that's not my place to do that. But if you guys pray, I don't know if some of your prayers are you put positive energy out in the air for Keela. Y'all know Keela is my favorite moderator. I always often recall her, refer to her as being the best moderator in the business. She did, reach out to me earlier, and she's not going to be around for a while. There's just some things, life is happening right now. There's some things going on right now that her and her family has to deal with. So you guys make sure and put that positive vibe out there for her. But she did want to let me know that we're not going to be seeing her, but it's not for anything. It's not for any other reason that something happened. You know, we get on here and we could laugh and joke and we could talk crap about people's football teams and things like that. But at the end of the day, life is still real. People are still dealing with things that's beyond their control. And Tequila, just take your time. Take your time. We're definitely gonna miss you. I'm definitely gonna miss you because you like my number one hitter and you watch my back more than anybody in this chat. So I'm gonna definitely gonna miss you. But you have to take care of those things that you have to take care of. So definitely sending positive vibes out to you. So what does Jackie McCall say? Jackie McCall says, all of my brothers are dreaming. Also, Miami will not win the Super Bowl. No way, no how. One round in the playoffs and they're done. Oh boy. The life of a Dolphin fan. They always do it to me. So, all right, Bones, I'm about to shut this down. I,
All
I,
right,
I
peace. Hope y'all enjoy our football Sunday. Enjoy the Eagles and Cowboys game.
all right, I appreciate you coming on. Y'all make sure and join us this Friday. Zay and Bones, the MMA brothers, will be here at what time? 7:15?
7:30.
Oh, 7:30 to go over the UFC 95 pre-show. Was supposed to be John Jones versus
Stipe.
Stipe, but that got changed. What's the new main event now?
You got Paul Turner versus Yuri Prohaska.
Okay, so
Izzy's rival, yeah. Michelle Pereira.
So you guys make sure and tune into that. Make sure and tune into the flagship show of the Straight Talk Society tomorrow night, Man Talk Monday. Then Tuesday we do have Tate Fist Politics. They will be going over a very, very interesting topic. They're going to take it out of the realm of politics right now and touch on something that's really, really pressing in this country. Homelessness in the United States. So I can't wait to that. Then this Wednesday, we do have Wrestling with Reality. We will be going over the Crown Jewel show from this past Saturday. And we will also be looking at the men and women's top 10 list of the PWI this Wednesday. Oh man, I got a busy show this Wednesday, so we got to get through that. And I may have a special surprise this Wednesday. I won't know until Tuesday, but we may be doing an unboxing on live on Wrestling with Reality this Wednesday. Who knows? So we got that. We got a whole bunch more. We do have Brother Eddie Israel will be doing his presentation this Thursday. And then Friday, we have the UFC 295 pre-show. So, with all that being said, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. Until Monday, peace.
Peace.